last week, 18th of February, we got a demo from Sipco. ELSA update integration OC as a module. Victoria talked about harvest, and Zoltan talked about the admin effort, but it was not recorded. If you want to see what's happening, then you have to join the meeting. Then today we have demos. No demos. We have topics. Benedict is here, so he wants to talk about something.
Nothing specific, actually.
Nothing.
Just join. Or although I have a question for you on Discord.
What did I do on Discord? Oh, the stuff.
I have a question for you, yeah, about the thing in 01. Yeah.
Whenever I start Discord, it's like installing updates all the time.
Yeah.
You won't see my Discord because it should open on the other window. That's usually what it does. So let's see.
It's risky.
No.
Well, it depends on what kind of servers you are on.
Okay, I read that. Then, what else? Status for Orchard 1. What did Benedict do? Nothing. But someone, nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing for a while, but there will be more activity next week, I hope.
You can that. Someone else. Look, Orchard 1 is Benedict's Orchard. And honorary. Okay. Orchard core, what do we have since 18th of February? 18. We talked about it. Oh, it was not shipped, probably. But now it's shipped. 216 was shipped and merged to. Yeah, we talked about it last week because we mentioned that during the meeting. Or was it during? No, it was during triage that we mentioned that. I don't remember. So 216 was merged to main and shipped and released. So release 216 and the text. Then fix taxonomy editor. Let's see. Yeah. Taxonomy editor. What a crappy commit message. Next time, call it fix Orchard core. Just or stuff, something in Orchard core. Fix taxonomy editor. How do I know what that? Sorted terms. So it's sorting the terms. Oh, I remember because I was at the triage. You fixed the fix. You fixed the ordering of the taxonomy tags and everything by fixing the fix because the fix was not correct. Thank you, Mike. Maintain the listed ordering. See, that's something you could have written. Fixed the taxonomy editor ordering fix. Oh. Revert. Oh, I thought you reverted this thing. No, revert. Drag and drop between flows and content type restrictions. Okay, so somebody broke something. I don't remember that directory, but we trust you. So there was
the UI for dragging and dropping widgets was broken because of that PR. So I reverted it, and then I asked my guy to fix it with this PR, and then we'll take it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's with the one that was limiting the content types that could be moved into each section. New assets build tool, assets manager. Lots of files. But I've seen other things where George is not here to tell us what to do, because I saw a discussion between Jasmine and George. So what do we need to know now there is that? What is broken? What is the requirement? What do we do?
There was an issue. George had an issue when he was trying to install Corpac on his computer.
Corpac.
Yeah, and the issue is that it needs to be, for some people, it needs to be installed from Command Shell with an elevated administrator account. Yeah, so it's not always working. It could lead to have error messages if you're not using an administrator account when you're in your terminal. Needs to be added to the documentation there.
That was what I was looking for. What to if it's written somewhere, what we need to do for the assets pipeline.
Yeah, it's different because I mean, if you're on Linux or so, yeah, I just need to add a comment there.
That needs to be changed. Good pipeline.
Yeah, it's still there. I haven't removed the gold pipeline, so it's still.
Imagine maybe add a quick note like, warning, please read Assets Manager because old stuff, new stuff. Based concurrently. Why do we use tools that have less stars than us?
Yeah.
One of the issues that, or changes that everyone should understand, in the past, we used to generate both the minified version and the standard version, the debug version. And that is no longer the case in Orchard. So if you are still using minified version and a debug version on your project, you can continue to use that debug option on the UI. Because in the UI, we have a way to say, just use the debug version or just use production or use based on the environment. So that's no longer the case. So when we commit changes in Orchard, we only commit a minified version, and it's only a single version. So that's something to understand, because that's an issue I had yesterday, and Jasmine had to fix some stuff to make sure it's not breaking anything.
That's only with Parcel, because that's how it works. It's built for building SPA. So Parcel will create a minified and optimized file from a single compilation. If we want to have unminified, we need to have a second compilation, which would lead to having build times that are higher than what we had. So I don't think it's necessary, because already talked about using map files last week and should fix the issue. And we won't even need to change the UI. We'll just serve the map files based on if you're selecting use debug mode in the admin UI. Just need to we just need to figure out how to commit these map files to their repository. because we had issues with the asset check on the CI there, which was having issues with /r/n like 2-3 weeks ago. We had Sebastian
2
had
months ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks, 2 months. No, you
Yeah,
you
2
changed the
weeks.
script to do a replacement because you were stuck.
Yeah, but it's
I'm
still.
sure it was because you had some spare stuff, or the server had some spare stuff. It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Whatever. About the map files, it will also require a change in the resource manager to also be able to add a map file, not just debug, unified, whatever version, but also
No, because normally your JS file refers to your map file, so it knows where to find the map file. So we need to recompile all the JS file, and at the end of that JS file, it's going to have a reference to your map file. That's how it knows where the file is.
Do we serve the map files all the time then?
That's what I want to change in Archer, where when you select the debug mode, it will serve the map file, or if you're in prod mode, then it will prevent from serving that file.
Prevent. Prevent, meaning 404?
Yeah, 404 for that file.
That's weird, no?
Yeah, but some people.
Now, why would we do that?
Some people don't
Not,
want to.
Wait, Mike, not serve the map file? Perf?
Well, some people, yeah, that there's performance first, and also some people don't want to share their source code, which is what we have in that map file.
But sending a 404 seems weird. I would be like maybe more about having a JS file without the map file, without the link to the map file, and then serve a file with the link to the map file, and then done. We don't have to filter. We just have 2 versions, debug and non-debug. The debug one is the one with the map file. The non-debug is the one without the map file. It's kind of stupid, but
then you need 3 files because you need one that is unminified. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because you need one.
Now.
You need a minified file that has a reference to the map file. You need a minified file that doesn't have a reference to that minified that map file, and then you need the unminified file too. That makes 3 files. Or
is it easier just to not use parcel and use like Webpack always and just generate both files all the time? It sounds like parcel is causing headaches that we have to kind of dance around the system.
No, I mean, I think the issue is that we're serving unminified files, but yeah, that's my point of view here. Why are we doing this when we can use map files?
Wait, I will come back to your explanation, which was last week, that we didn't need minified files because we had map files. And I said, okay, so it's always minified, but the map file will allow us to unminify things in the debug. That's how I understood it.
Yeah, and this is how it should be.
But now you're saying we also need the unminified. I'm like, why? Why do we?
Because that's what Mike's want there, but
no, you didn't say you wanted that. Did you say that, Mike? I mean,
well, I don't want it, but my issue is that now, because we changed everything how we do things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we have to create a hack to expose the map, or not expose the map files.
Okay, I don't know the hack. I didn't say that was a hack, so.
No, it's not a hack.
Okay,
I mean,
minified links to the map file. Okay.
Yeah.
Links to map file, and when we have that minified link to map file, when we have that, it's equivalent to minified plus unminified. And then the hack, I'm like, no, don't do a hack. Like what Jasper explained, yes, that will work. I don't want the hack either. So
one second, Sebastian. The issue that with your what you're saying there is that I will need to compile 2 different files.
Yes. I know. I will continue. So to
Okay.
do that, and to support the option to have the debug and the prod, so Jasmine was saying, oh, we need to generate, we need to return 404, okay, for map file. But if I'm like, that is a hack, I don't like, why not just do that? Why not just have a minified plus link to map file and a minified no link to map file? We always have the map file on the file system, but we can generate a minified file without the link and a minified file with the link. So this one is the debug. This one is the prod. There is no unminified file in this case. We just have two versions, like today. So if we take the thing here,
And of course, it's just with parcel there. It would be just with parcel because Vite, Webpack, all the other ones allows to create a minified and unminified asset. It's just parcel that does that this way. Because
Which is why I suggest,
Yeah.
can we just get rid of parcel altogether and just use Webpack or something else? So this way we're not monkeying around. What Sebastian is showing is great, right? This would work. But
yeah.
it sounds like there's a lot of work that we have to learn. Hey, I need to set it up for parcel, and then I need to set it up for Webpack, and it's just so
I think-
much.
I think
Well-
everything will work then. We have an option for all the things then, no?
we need to use these bundlers, and this is the reason why we're adding the asset manager. First, because we want to have ECMAScript 6 compilation, and all of these allows that. Of course, we could still use TSC directly, just like we were doing before. The asset manager allows for that too. But at the same time, I mean, I'm trying to use the tools as they've been written. So if you don't like PowerShell, use another one. But like I said, Webpack is really complex, has a lot of configuration. The advantages of using Parcel is that it has absolutely no configuration. We're trying to handle everything in Orchard Core with Parcel because it should be the easier one. So of course, now I just pushed the asset manager in the main branch, but there's going to be fixes and feedback, just like you're doing, Mike. So I'll handle these, and we're going to get to a point where everyone is going to be happy, I think. I guess. I hope.
Look at this. Imagine. So this is how this option would work if the pipeline also generated one with the map. So the min.js and the min-map.js or whatever. Okay, just two files. One without the map, one with the map. They're all both minified, and we can set like before the prod and the debug URL. Okay.
And the WAC, yeah.
And
This is going to take a second compilation for getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
we need to update the pipeline then to do that. Yeah.
we saved like 10 seconds by moving to the asset manager tool. Compare with Go, so there's about 10 seconds that we saved on compilation time, and also we were not even compiling Webpack before with the Go pipeline, so we had these Webpack projects, so it's still faster than
And if
what it was.
parcel and map files, then Webpack or Byte could just still generate the minified files and the non-minified files, and then we can still do that. So the API is the same, it's just maybe we need more files.
Yeah, Webpack and Vite, I will need to check the configuration, but allow people to change their configuration with these two because they're configuration based. So you can do whatever you want with these two. Parcel doesn't provide configuration file. You could change the parcel configuration there's a documentation about that. I had it, but we won't have like a common behavior for all our builds in Orchard Core, and to handle the things for everyone with the signal configuration that will work for everyone. And this is the default configuration that we're working on right now with Parcel. So
Okay.
yeah.
So what to do to have it?
It's not really complex. I'll just add what's required to create that map file there. And yeah.
Okay. The name is just.
Jason, are we able to use them to generate map files from all the providers? So this is not just something specific to, because the issue with having multiple like tools like Parcel, Webpack, and V is that, now you have to kind of pick and choose what file you generate, and either sometimes you have to put in map and sometimes you have to put min. Are we able to just standardize it to say all the tools should just generate map file and never, minify files instead? And so this way, when we register, we always just say, okay, it has to be registered as a map. So that way, sometimes we're not doing map and sometimes we're doing min based on the tool. You know what I mean? Are we able to do that?
I mentioned that last time. It was displayed that it was okay to have specific steps that are technical, like parcel, byte, the action, where you pick the flow you want, the pipeline you want, the tool you want. But we should have some agnostic steps like unify or generate JS files, whatever, that don't say what tools it's using. It's using a tool, the best for the job. It's transparent, it's abstracted, it's encapsulated. We don't care. We just say, give me the JS file and the minify file and the map file, done. And whatever tool it's using, we don't care. It will always be, give me the effing JS files that I need for my tool.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to do with Parcel there. Of course, we can get there. The difference here with the project with Orchard Core is the fact that we're committing the output assets to the repository, which is something that Parcel doesn't seem to be built taking consideration of that, because normally Parcel is used with SPA application, which aren't producing output folders that will be watched when you're developing. And all the workflow and things that you're doing with Parcel are built around that. So I'm trying here to use it as a build tool. Seems to work. Had some issues here and there, but figuring out everything now. Yeah, I'm just saying that because had an issue with YarnWatch with Parcel assets where it was not updating the assets in the folder, because when you're running Parcel, it's not allowing to overwrite files in the output folder. You need to manually remove them. So I added some stuff in the asset manager that will clean up the output folder before running Parcel, which is.
I just want to remind, to refocus on the question. We are just talking subjects here. Question was simple. Do we have a verb that does the same as before? Whatever it's using, Webpack, byte, whatever.
The only thing that would be missing is TypeScript, but I added an explanation with TypeScript. Maybe you could go to one of my PR that I created.
Same thing if it's called like process TypeScript.
Yeah, it's exactly run.
Okay, good.
There's an action with it, which is run, that you can
That's
put
the run
any
action.
command in it.
Oh,
Run.
but no, okay. No.
You see there? You could
Yeah,
run
but that's not what I mean.
TSC something,
That's not what I mean.
but you could put TSC
Sure.
right there.
But that's not what I mean. Okay. Copy. Copy. I like it. I like copy. Source destination. And I know what it's copying. Okay. And I don't know what tool it's using. Well, it's
Right.
copying.
Yeah.
What maybe it's using the shell script, PowerShell, maybe it's using parcel, maybe it's using Webpack. It's just copying it. Minify. Oh, are you sure it's minifying stuff? Minify. What is it using? I don't want to know. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I just want to know that it's minifying the things. As a user as a developer in Orchard, I don't want to have to care about parcel and Webpack and everything. I have no clue the difference between parcel and Webpack, but I know what minifying is. So I'm glad that there is an action for that. So minifying. SAS,
Yeah.
cool. SAS transpilation. I don't know what tool it's using. Perfect. It's SAS. Okay. I just want to know it's processing SAS and generating a file somewhere. And maybe it could generate a map file also. That should be part of the process of side, and it should document that it will generate also a map file for SAS. Maybe it will, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Perfect. If someone wants to use parcel directly and do their own stuff, call the parcel action. Fine. It's not for me. Maybe it's for someone with their own module or in Orchard, which is fine. I think Mike would like to have one action that is called run, build, foo, Orchard 2, whatever, that does the same thing as before. Even if it's using parcel, even if it's not using parcel because it can't, even if it's using Webpack or Byte or commands or gulp or whatever. I don't know.
We had no actions really for compiling or merging files together, and the only actions that we had that was a lot requiring, that was doing compilation, was the TypeScript action, which was calling TSC. So I reproduced everything that we had in Go except TypeScript.
And even this thing, the minification and the map file, maybe it should not be called parcel. Maybe it should be called something like
just to remove confusion, because, well,
yeah, maybe it's the minify thing. That yes, maybe that's what it does. I understand the fact that we don't have bundling, fine, and we can adapt to that. It's just instead of having one manifest to add, we have two things to add, because now it's two files instead of one.
Actually, I have another point here. So we could use parcel and not minify, not optimize the output, and then use min action on top of the output of parcel. But that's not the point, because parcel already does all of that inside the same process, which makes it faster in the end. So this is why I'm like, should we use the tool as it's been built, or do we create something like you were saying that is doing exactly the same that the Gold pipeline was doing before, just calling TypeScript or any compiler, because that's what we want ultimately, to be able to compile assets, maybe with ESBuild, maybe with TSC or something. And there's new compilers. There's SWC now that is really faster. Everyone is creating new.
That's an implementation detail. I just want it to be called min. It's faster, whatever it does. Sure, it's faster. I will still call min if it's minifying. And if the contract is generate a map file, and
then we should have something like build or compile simply.
So something that I don't know, it's parcel. Just tell me build or compile or foo generates, takes JS files in input, or one JS file, I don't care, just tell me, and generates a map file and without map file, or generates a min file and a non-min file. And then we can just follow that.
I'll think about this because it's something like automation, which will allow me to pick up the best path for each of the files that we submit to the Asset Manager tool. Or not sure, because I need to check what we were doing with Gulp. This was really what I've seen is that we're just running TSC. After that, we're calling another tool to minify the output of TSC. So maybe this is what we want.
When I call min, here there is a globbing pattern. So it will do it for each file and generate one file, well, n files in the script folder.
Good question. Probably not. It's going to create a file with each of the files that are in there.
So so n files. If there is n file in the source, there is n files in the script.
Yeah, but it's not going to bundle them together with the min action.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's just going to parse every file and then create the min version of that.
Okay, so n files. And that's why I can also set one file, and there will be one file. And in this case, n sources, meaning n destinations. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's simplified.
And we're not defining a destination file name because of that. Because sources are always globs.
This could have been expected. This could have. Oh, I see. If it was a bundle, then we will have to set the name of the file. Okay. And so there is no map files for CSS. Isn't it something that exists?
Can you repeat that, Sebastian? Because there's
map files.
Yeah.
Does it exist for CSS?
Oh, yes. For CSS, no, because it's CSS. For SCSS, yes, because you want to have the source code, which is the SCSS file. But for CSS, it is the source code. Unless you want to minify, optimize. Yeah, maybe for CSS, you can have a map file too, if you're like obfuscating stuff. But maybe, well, it doesn't exist with CSS. You need to use the class name. It cannot minify the class names. Can only modify can only minify the file. Optimize the
well. Okay, I see. There is a Well, still, like those minify, maybe like it's removing all the spaces and line breaks and everything, and maybe a map file could reorganize the thing. Okay. Yeah, like minify on a JavaScript file, maybe could have an argument which is generate map file and then optionally generate the map file. Okay, discussions. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think it's then the next step to generate the map files out of these actions. With probably just like a flag that says, yeah, generate the map file or not, or maybe it could be a global configuration, which would say, always create a map file or not. Yeah.
I also see that these ones are copies of. Why isn't it like copy globbing pattern?
True. Maybe it's possible, but I wanted to have only what I wanted there, I think. But I'll check. Probably I could have used the club pattern there. Or all the CSS file, or maybe I could have had like star at the end there, just to pick everything.
Okay. So not just copy, and that's why we still have the CDN.
I think we have one there that uses, yeah, see there, copy Monaco, star at the end. So yeah, it works for that. Simplify it. Probably just copy pasted stuff from the Go pipeline.
Cool. Next topic.
Yeah, sorry guys, it took long.
It's a big PR. Big channel. Add documentation about the relationship between Linkfield and HtmlSanitizerService. I'm not looking at the PR. I'm trying to understand relationship between Linkfield and HtmlSanitizerService. The link field. Whenever I see the link field, I think the Orchard one URL field, which I think is the same, and that Antoine wrote. I don't know why. It reminds me that every time. Field used to display a link. Okay. URL, text, and the target. Okay. Ah, okay. Because we try to sanitize the content of the URL to ensure the URL is not containing unallowed content, like we do in the HTML. We restrict anything that is not allowed in HTML, so they can't create fake links, cross site links, things like that. Okay, or like, oh, this is a request to a fake website. Okay. And so it's using HTML sanitizer. So if people have issues with that, and now how to use it? What page is that? Content field. Okay, good job. Was missing. Liquid. No. Good job. Update AWS S2K, link from number. Use the history plugin. Trumbowyg editors by default. History, and so there used to be a undo redo. Okay, now it's history undo, history redo. Plugins. So it's there with Trumbowyg because I don't see any new resource added. Oh, there is this CSS. But wait. Where is the pipeline? Where is the assets file? Trumbowyg. Or maybe the asset file already has that. So let's see. Let's practice. TheAdmin assets. Assets. This is in SCSS. SCSS. Components. Trumbowyg. Components. Trumbowyg. So this is a modified. Oh, sorry, I'm stupid. This is a modified file. So whatever was there is still the assets. So we should be able to find that thing somewhere, unless there is a plugin pattern. Nope. So there must be its components. Nope. There must be SCSS. Yes. SCSS. TheAdmin assets SCSS. This is included in the admin CSS. How does it work? TheAdmin.css is the one that is generated and that should contain Trumbowyg SCSS somehow. SCSS components. SCSS admin components. Something should reference the components. So what are you using? How is that working? How is this file here, Trumbowyg SCSS, getting into this TheAdmin.css somewhere? This thing. No, not this thing.
It's there, import component Trumbowyg, line 26.
Oh, wait.
But
Oh,
why
this
are
is from the OIs. Oh, it's complicated. So this is because the admin CSS is including the other ones. Okay, makes sense now.
Yep.
Okay. So this was not part of the assets file, it was part of the SCSS file. Almost makes me think, why don't we, it's a crazy idea, but why isn't that thing like SCSS just, this is bundling. It's not bundling, but in this case it is bundling because the processor of the SCSS will import all these things. Interesting. Almost like when we want to do bundling, well, just create a file and do imports, JS, CSS, whatever. So we don't need bundling. Cool. Then remove min.js from TheAdmin because it's not generated anymore. It's just that. Okay. And then this one, specify view version for view components. There was a PR like this before, I believe also. We mentioned that the fact that we can set the version that we want. This way we can have multiple versions of Vue.js live. And some components will use Vue 2 and some components can use Vue 3.
Yeah, just added that for view so they can view draggable. And there was a fix where I think it's in node list admin menu, which I had removed a script that was required there. But we had that script in the resource manager. I think it's Sultan that make me just use the same resource that we have in the resource module.
Vue.js 2, Vue draggable 2. Okay, we see. Okay.
Yeah, and the next PR, yeah, and the next PR is adding Vue 3 to Arch Core without migrating anything, so that people can start building Vue 3 modules.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Done. Questions, PRs? See, we which we asked quite a bit last week, so less and less PRs. Saving continue was reviewed. Store user state in Audit Trail. Label initialization. Full lots of commits. Lots of commits. But be careful. Store user state. Currently, if you have attached user settings, they are not stored in Audit Trail events. Maybe it will not be good to store them in events that trigger when the user is changed. Okay, when the user is changed. Okay, it's Audit Trail, so it's stored as Audit Trail as a change. Cool. Let's see on Thursday. At me. Fix label display initialization from 6 files. Well, these are generated files. I see a new file here. Okay, fixing some JavaScript. Let's see what it does. Cool. That's the hot PRs. And a few bugs since last week, like much. Awesome. Questions, comments, topics? Nothing. Okay, all good. Everything's perfect. Thanks, everyone. See you on Thursday. Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.